This article is coming from Yahoo Finance by way of Fortune. Speaking of fortune, Bill Gates still has a fortune. Bill Gates gets 2 billion richer after Microsoft mentioned AI more than 50 times on its earnings call. It was a good first quarter for Microsoft, as it meant a boost worth billions for its founder as investors rallied behind the company's innovations in AI. On the earnings call earlier this week, which was last week, the CEO said the executive team revealed the revenue had leaped by 7%, or 53 billion. The key phrase mentioned some 50 times during the earnings call. Company already has a foot in the door with a major disruptor in the tech sector, that is ChatGPT, created by OpenAI. In January, Fortune reported that Microsoft had invested roughly 10 billion, which is turning out to be really cheap, following the 1 billion pledge in 2019 and another 2 billion, which it quietly put in OpenAI in 2021. Keyword: quietly. Microsoft revealed in a raft of new AI deployments. Dell said, "We have the most powerful AI infrastructure, and it's being used by our partner, OpenAI, as well as NVIDIA and leading AI startups like Adept and Inflection to train large models. Probably two companies to keep on your radar." He highlighted brands such as IKEA, Unilever, Mercedes-Benz, and Shell that are all using various forms of Microsoft products powered by AI. I believe they recently incorporated the what they're calling the Copilot within their Microsoft suite to make companies and employees of those companies more productive. So let's talk about Bill. The result of the bounce in the stock price of Microsoft after earnings has meant that the billionaire philanthropist Gates, who owns 1% of Microsoft, equivalent to 103 million shares, so his assets ballooned by 2 billion. The success of AI-backed product rollouts will be welcome news to Gates, who previously wrote in a blog that the technology is one of the two innovations that have truly revolutionary in his lifetime. Gates also rejected a proposal from the likes of Tesla's CEO Elon and Apple's co-founder Steve Wozniak to temporarily pause the development of AI and language modeling. Gates is worth 122 billion, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. And he states, halting the process in order to introduce regulation won't solve the challenges. Now, why doesn't Bill Gates want to, I guess, put a pause on things? Well, he wants to get richer. Why? Well, he wants to buy more land. Why? Because he wants to control humanity. Let's go to this article. Now, this is an article that I found, and I believe it's 2 years old. I bet many did not know that Bill Gates is the biggest private owner of farmland in the United States. Again, this article is 2 years old. He owns approximately 242,000 acres of farmland, with assets totaling more than 690 million. Now, how is he buying all this land? Well, probably many of you didn't know that he's buying this through his own company called Cascade. So to put this in perspective, how much farmland does he own? It's nearly twice the size of Hong Kong. So here's where things get interesting. When pressed during a book discussion on Reddit about why he's gobbling up so much farmland, Gates claimed it's not connected to climate change. The decision, he says, came from his investment group, Cascade Investments. The firm making these acquisitions is controlled by Gates. The firm said it's very supportive of sustainable farming. It's also a shareholder in the plant-based protein companies Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, as well as farming equipment manufacturer John Deere. Right, so he's kind of putting his hands across the food chain. And again, why is he investing in plant-based protein companies? And equipment maker John Deere. Potentially because he wants us to eat bugs. In any event, let's continue and stay on course. So we have Bill Gates getting richer from Microsoft via AI through ChatGPT, partnering with NVIDIA to run ChatGPT. He also owns John Deere and Beyond Meat. So let's just go to the stock real quick of these companies that play a vital role in his wealth. So we go to the weekly chart of Microsoft, and it did hit my short-term target. I do expect a slight pullback due to the selling pressure right above 310. This candle was formed on earnings, had a false breakout to the downside, came into this support resistance band on earnings, and then shot up. Where can it go next? Look for the next target being 310. All right. Microsoft has no other to thank than NVIDIA. So if we go to NVIDIA's chart, we can see that it was range bound in this daily sellers level at 270, but also this support resistance band at 280, and it is on the verge of breaking out. If and when it breaks out, you have some sellers at the 300 level, psychological round hole number. I anticipate a pullback to the origin of the breakout, and then prices continue to rise higher, as NVIDIA is not only supplying GPUs to Microsoft, but the industry in general. Okay, so we have Beyond Meat. Ooh. This chart looks ugly. Alright, so it was a thing, right, back in April of 2019, and maybe many did not know, but John Sally, a former NBA professional, is also an investor in Beyond Meat, among other celebrities. Nevertheless, price IPO'd at 45, went as high as 240. I was eating the burgers, but then I started looking at the ingredients, and it is highly processed. So just give me a hamburger. Alright, so nevertheless, you could say price formed a double top. It was range bound for a year, and when it broke the lows, that was all she wrote. Now, let's look at what current price is. I guess somebody did a video on Beyond Meat maybe 2 months ago, but this 21 level, dollar level, was support, now resistance. Price did break the short-term uptrend and had a target of $12 or so, and we are back at the all-time lows. I would not touch Beyond Meat. Now, John Deere is a different story. Alright, so again, probably did a video on John Deere some months ago. Let me move that up. Alright, so nearly came back to, or it did come back to its all-time highs, but it couldn't close. Now, let's analyze this weekly buyer zone. And here's a nice lesson. So you had a rally in price, you had the basic candle, and then a strong rally out on decent volume. But the fact that we could not close above this pivot high meant that the weekly buyers level at 400 may not work. Now we did get a reaction, but again, the sellers were in control. Again, as price could not take out the pivot high, so the buyers could not take out the pivot high, which meant that the sellers were in control. So even though you had buyers at this level, again, the sellers were in control. So I'm going to take this off the chart now, and how low can price go? Well, you have a gap down at the 360 area. Price is making low highs and lower lows. Let's just go to the daily chart. You have the 200-day moving average now serving as, it was support, and now it serves as resistance. I honestly like the 325 level, this level right here. I like the 315 level even better. All right, let's do this right. Let me see. Where's price at? Okay, good. And I'll explain in 1 second. Let's mark some levels here. Daily buyers at 320. And we have another level right below. Call it 312. All right. So this is what's called a level on level. You have two buyer levels on top of each other. And the first level, if you look to the left, it does take out sellers. They call this a flip zone, where the buyers are now in control. And you have another lower level, and that's part of really this whole big level. Again, you have sellers to the left, but the buyers were able to win the war at this level. Let me see how this level looks on the weekly chart. Yeah, you really can't see it on the weekly. And the fact that when price surged in value, came back, could not get down here. Buyer stepped in before price could get to the 320 level. So I like this level a lot. And for the support resistance folks, you could also say you have support. Right? Okay, so I guess the moral of this video is it's good to be Bill Gates. It's good to own assets. All right? Assets go up in value because assets are priced in dollars. Dollars The US dollar in particular is a fiat currency like all others and are designed to go down in value over time because of the fiscal policies of a 2% inflation rate. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like this video.